Hey, what's going on, guys? Me, So, we know that we've had a lot of weird numbers about COVID-19, and we haven't talked about them in a while. And by a while, I mean like 1 week. But, we focused a lot on the election, and we're kind of, trying to narrow it down. Only 100 days left, so I'm kind of putting more pressure on that. But pretty soon, we have to come back to COVID. And just because we haven't been talking about COVID doesn't mean it just disappears. The COVID just takes a break. COVID-19 is still a thing. And, of course, we got to be careful. And we got to and yesterday we talked about polls. If you haven't checked that video out, go check it out on my channel. But, yeah, I talked about how polls are pretty misleading and polls kind of influence a lot of different things. So today, we're going to be looking at COVID-19 numbers and how there's a lot of misleading information in that, especially in California. That's where I'm from, if you didn't know. So especially in California, there's a lot of weird numbers that usually get thrown around in most other states. And most of these states are usually Democratic states, and we'll look at why. And we'll see what really goes on, what the main agenda is, and why this stuff is happening, and why this, most importantly, is going to affect you guys as a citizen of the United States. So basically, that's all I have for you guys today. And as always, let's go. All right. So let's start off with number one, pretty much just starting off really basic COVID-19, right? One of the most, talked about things of 2020, and for good reason, because it's been killing a lot of people, it's been causing a lot of problems. Pretty much the reason you're at home right now watching this is most probably because of the COVID-19 case. Because if we don't have COVID-19, you probably didn't even click on this video because it doesn't matter. But anyway, we're here with COVID-19, so of course we gotta sit here and fight through it. Pretty much the whole idea of COVID-19 started, and people have been talking about a lot of cases and deaths, and the whole idea of the numbers, pretty much, President Trump has been talking about how he wanted the numbers to be low. We've been talking about how China has been throwing out weird numbers, and now they're not even top 10, and they're just gone away, even though the virus originated there. So a lot of different things have been, going around the numbers, and the reason that President Trump gets a lot of hate is because of the fact that the numbers are climbing. But most states, like California, usually tend to take some of the numbers, and it is proven that they do take some of the flus, some of the other deaths that aren't really related to COVID, and if they're in the same hospital, they kind of just bunch that up together and just send it to the point where it ends up going in as like a bad number for the United States. And this is why President Trump took a huge stand, saying that we should not have things go through the World Health Organization, rather go through or the things that go directly to the World Health Organization should not go through CDC, and they should end up going through President Trump and his administration. Of course, people got a lot of, people are really mad, and he got a lot of backlash for this, but this was for good measure because of the fact that things like this wouldn't really happen, because President Trump would be there and his administration would kind of just, make sure that none of these weird numbers are being thrown around. And that is why most Democratic states are scared, because they do not want President Trump to look like, or they want him to look like a bad person, and they don't want him to look like he's actually fixing this problem. So that's basically the main reason why COVID-19 numbers are up right now and why they're just going all over the place. So if you have any COVID-19 numbers that you're looking at online, anywhere, Instagram, one of the great places where you get a lot of misleading information, in my point of view, and online articles, pretty much news. If you follow any news, that's Democratic news or Republican news, pretty much you're going to get a lot of different numbers, and you're going to be like, what? And you're just going to be thrown at with all this different information, and you're just going to be like, what's going on? So just relax and just think about it, see where these things are coming from, and kind of use your judgment, and just make a good decision. And at the end of the day, just stay at home, and we're going to be able to kill this entire virus before it even spreads and turns into a complete disaster. And so guys, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll come at you guys tomorrow with another video. And if you're watching this video, and if you're one of my close subscribers and you want to talk, that's great. If you're not, and this is your first time watching, let's go to Instagram, guys. Text me, I'll text you back, and we can have a really good conversation. I'll tell you about what I do, what I talk about, and if you have an idea, like, hey, JD, I saw this and I want you to talk about this, go ahead, shoot it to me, guys. And if I get enough people who talk about it, then I will definitely consider it. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow with a new video, and bye.